Important legal news is in effect and impacts pet owners. Former State Representative Ricky Hardy brings awareness to the Luna McDaniel Act following 59-year-old Jonathan Zenon being attacked by 5 pit bulls while walking down the street in St. Landry Parish. Our News 10's Rodrika Taylor spoke to Hardy about the law. She's live in downtown Lafayette with more information about it. Rodrika.
State lawmakers are changing the definition of neglect homicide and neglect injury. The bottom line is that you will be held responsible if your pet kills or harms someone. A warning for our viewers, some may find the images graphic.
First of all, you have to be able to treat the animal with affection. Second of all, you have to feed the animal. It looked like those animals that the owner had wasn't being taken care of properly and wasn't being fed. So whatever victim they can prey on, that's what they're going to do.
Former State Representative Ricky Hardy said when he was in the legislature in 2009, he passed the Luna McDaniel Act, which was House Bill 155, Act 199.
It dealt with negligence and injury and also criminal negligence.
He says it was important to him to protect those attacked by dogs and other animals. He explains the story of 83-year-old Luna McDaniel and a 4-year-old.
When I looked at the horrible picture of that 83-year-old lady who lived all her life in her community and got mauled by 3 pit bulls, she didn't stand a chance. It was very, very horrible. It also as a component which dealt with Michael Bays and Landry, a young 4-year-old, that I had passed legislation, and there was 2 parts of the bills, also dealt with negligence and injury too. But unfortunately, he died as a result of his injury. Hardy
says that the dog owner should be held responsible for neglect injury following the attack on Jonathan Zenon.
You have a fine, $500, can be in prison for no more than 6 months or both. It is mandatory that he has to go to court, and he has to be trial criminal.
When News 10 spoke to Zenon after recovering from the hospital, he agreed the owner was responsible.
If you're raising these type of dogs, man, it's your responsibility, you know, because the dog gonna get out if they have a way to get out. So it's the negligence on the owner.
We must make the owner aware that the dog does not pick the owner picked the dog. So you have to make sure that your dog is secure, and make sure they're in a proper fence area or leash where they will not attack people while they're walking in their communities or in the state.
We sent out a public record request to get information on the investigation, but haven't received updates yet. Live in downtown Lafayette, Rodrika Taylor, KLFY News 10.